Welcome to Friendverse the podcast. This is Wandia.
And this is Shiko.
Welcome to 2020.
I know we are back finally after some stalling.
I know you guys are worried. There's some people who are like, this podcast is
Oh God!
The haters, sorry to the haters.
After they have hated on podcast, then this one then come back. Please, bitch, you thought.
I always used to feel that anxiety coming from you. Like, by the way, Wandia, this podcast is not going down the way we've seen podcasts going down.
Oh, guy, who? So anyway, I'm glad we are back. And
It's
and
a new year.
Yeah, I hope everyone is doing well. Thank you for sticking with us. As in, even when we were on our mini hiatus, I saw guys were still listening. So, hey, shout out to our new listeners
And everyone who was like, when are you guys going back to
I
studio?
know.
When are you guys going back
I
to
know.
studio?
You know, the interesting thing is this week, like just before we recorded, someone asked me, "Are you guys recording soon?" So I was like, I didn't want to jinx it. So I was like, yes, soon. You know, so I was
Without
like,
putting a date.
exactly. I don't want
we've had
pressure.
this date in the books for a minute.
I know.
Yeah.
So yeah, we are glad to be back. And
Shout out to the people who have asked me. Okay, not the people. The person who's asked me for merch. One day we shall get the crop tops. We just need sponsorship.
sponsor our podcast. Somebody, please.
The guys from Konyagi have not gotten back to us.
I know. Seriously, none of you know the person from Konyagi or something like that company. Maybe we should be saying the name of the company and not saying.
Yeah, we need to find out. Firstly, I think they work through a distributor.
Yes, we need to like send a proposal or something.
Like, you know,
Let's
I'm
be
so
serious.
ready. By the
Let's
2020,
be serious.
as you said, the worst that can happen is no.
Exactly.
And no, surely. No, as in, that's our way of life.
Exactly.
In fact, people say it builds character.
Let's do.
I'm looking for character.
I'm telling you, we are gonna do some serious proposals this year. So anyway,
Quote.
to jump into it with the quote. The world takes no responsibility for the sicknesses it incites in us. We are told repeatedly that our destiny is in our hands. We are fed the illusion of self-determination day after day, then treated as insufficient when we don't overcome the formidable forces working against us. This is by Heather Havrilesky, and it's in her book, What If This Were Enough? And the reason I chose it is because, of course, resolutions are a thing. It's January, you know what I mean? As in me, I'm against those things because you just beat yourself up when March gets here and you haven't done anything. So
Even November.
yeah, I'm like, this world we were not meant to win. So just be easy on yourself. That's all I'm going to say about that.
It's so interesting. Yesterday we were having this conversation at work. Like, what do we need to do to fix it? And I was just like, people must die. I don't know if we're going to have like the Hunger Games, the 10, there'll be a group of 10 who will be left, or we're going to let some kids who are at least 3.5 years old, like 10 of them remain.
Yes.
But people must die
I agree.
because the humans are fucking shit up more than...
Kabisa.
Like, it's like, what is it that we are creating that is good, that is overriding the bad?
I
I'm
don't
just
even
like,
know.
we need to press that red big button and just,
Exit. Stage left.
revamp. Now that, before we even get to the New Year's resolutions and how we are making them or not making them.
Not making them.
Just winging it. How was 2019 for you?
I can say I did not enjoy it. Let's just keep it real. Like, 2019. I mean, it had highlights, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But, like, overall, I did not like 2019. And but anyway, all these days are just morphing into one thing. Like, what is time? Time is just a construct, whatever. But if I was to be asked 2019,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
It's even when you said that one day is just merging into the other.
Exactly.
It's just, And I was thinking about this because I feel like time is moving quickly. And you see that thing for at the end of the day, you're being asked, have you finished what you are going to do? And I'm like, there'll never be a point where I won't have any work to do. So me, I'll fika a point of the day, then I'll be like, okay, I'm done with this. I'm going home to fika my house when there's still daylight.
Yep.
Maybe I'll have a drink, maybe, you know, something where I can be like, okay, this is my personal time.
Yep.
I'm not responding to any work stuff and anything like that. And I'm like, I feel like I'm coasting through the days much nicely, like nicer, in a nicer way.
And tomorrow is another day to do that stuff. I mean,
shit.
seriously.
Like, I feel like 2019 for me, I cooled a lot of work stress because I was holding on so tightly. And you see, like, of course, we've been going through a lot of structural changes, I feel, at work. So that was, when I look at 2019, a lot of my stress and low points were about work. And it was because I think I was holding too tightly about my idea of how work should be.
Yeah.
Because I think I've always enjoyed it. But then there was this change that I was just like, why? I don't want it. This is not the way it was meant to be. So I had a lot of friction in that way.
Yeah.
And you see, even when I'm asking you how was 2019, I find that question very difficult. 'Cause you see, like, you know, you misremember. Then some things, you blow them out of proportion.
I agree.
Because now your ego was hurt or your feelings were hurt. And I'm just like, maybe 8 months of the year, it was dope as hell. Then those 3 months or those 4 months, they were trash. And then I'm just like, 2019 was just... Do you feel it was consistent for you throughout?
Yep. I was just... I was operating on the cusp of like below average for most of the year. I mean, I'm not saying that it was like overwhelmingly bad, but as in there was, even the highlights are not at it, like super highlights, you know, like the good stuff is there, yes, but it's not at it. Oh my God, awesome, I got 5 million shillings. You know what I mean? Like, it was like random things.
Everyone
like
needs 5 million shillings.
You know, so like, and there were highlights. So let me just say, like, let me say the good things, because as in that's what I'm trying to be better about these things, you know. So number one, you know, I even asked Courier like what his highlight for 2019 was. Like, if he was pressed and he was told choose one thing and choose one thing only. And he said nyege nyege. And even for me, same.
But same.
Yeah, but as in nyege nyege was as in nyege nyege was lit,
even analyze all these moments, it's just chances when I'm hanging out with you guys, I'm just like, you know what? This is what I was meant to do in this world. I'm meant to enjoy. Staki makasiriko, sina stress.
Yes.
I can put my feet up. I can have a drink. Like, I'm safe.
Yep.
You know, also that other thing.
Yep.
And actually, when we finally discuss about concerting and things, safety.
I know.
It's going to be an issue
I
that
know.
we need to get into. Yeah, but anyway, so that energy of you feel safe with the people, you're having fun, and you don't have to think about ordinary stresses of the world. You know, money, about, you know, being hurt by people, you know, the parental unit, because you know, families can be one or the other stress.
Yep. You don't have to tell me.
Yeah. Which is meant to be another topic, by the way.
I know.
Yeah. So and another highlight, was that the main highlight, like nyege nyege?
No, I have like many highlights, but like well, you were supposed to agree with me about nyege nyege.
Yeah, I agreed.
Oh,
It was solid.
okay.
Like the music, even the location, like, I don't want to get into it because then we'll talk about the things, but there are so many fantastic things about nyege nyege. The energy, everyone is kind of like-minded, truly. Like it.
Fun times were hard. Let me just say that. Super fun times.
Yes.
So other things that I enjoyed about, like when I was thinking about this, I'm just gonna list them. Then I'll see if I'll talk about any. So, we did a back roll for Andia's birthday.
Oh my God, yeah.
That was so much fun. Oh my
Okay,
fun.
Shout out to
No.
shout out to that babe at Excess, because wow, are you okay? Like, did you wake up fine? Is
Have
your
you
skin
eaten?
popping? Like, did you eat yesterday, today? Like, how is it going?
Yes.
Wow, girl.
Good times. That back roll, as in everyone should do a back roll. As
Yes.
in, it was so
We
good,
need to
you guys.
do one every
every so often.
Yeah, like if we say once a quarter, we do a thing.
No. Let's not put that pressure
Twice
on
a year.
ourselves. Yeah, let's say twice a year. I think twice a year
There
is
we
more
go.
reasonable. But guys,
Because they may happen
guys,
2 weekends after the other.
I know.
And then we close the chapter.
Let me just say, December really Decembered, and that back roll was fun times.
It started a bit shakily. Like the December didn't really start.
Yes,
and you
yes.
know, also for me, I was still working. Usually, I'm used to by second week I'm out of work.
Yeah.
So I think even for me, I felt like I'm not really in the space of Decembering because I still have work things to think about. So at first I was like, okay, well, it's gonna be a chill December. Then the day before my birthday, well, okay. I think it started picking up gradually.
Anyway, yeah, the back roll, as in that template will be replicated. That's all I'm gonna say about that.
Yeah.
Then there was every time I ate sushi, because sushi is my fave, so every time I ate it, it was an experience. Then we went for like Japan Day at the museum. Oh God, that was so much fun. It was so much fun. I've really been doing things at the Japanese embassy because it's fun and it's free, so why not?
Wait, what happened when you went for Japan Day? Like, what is the plan?
It's
Like,
just
do you
like
go and eat?
yeah,
You just go and listen to
there's music, there's dancing, there's like guys who have set up stalls, so you eat sushi, you eat Japanese food, you drink Japanese beer. It was very nice.
And all that is free.
Yeah, it's free. I mean, no, you pay for the food and the drinks, but
okay.
entering the event is free.
free.
And then they usually
need a
have
ticket.
every so often these events that are also free. So
Yeah.
I'm a fan of that. Then I also watched Daria, which is like this. It's a cartoon that used to be. It's an adult animation that used to be on MTV back in the day when MTV used to have like fun shows. And it was the best thing I watched last year. It was just so awesome. Like, I really felt a lot of what Daria was saying. So yeah, I enjoyed that. I enjoyed BoJack. I'm just gonna, it's ending. So yeah, but BoJack was excellent TV. Then I started a newsletter, which was fun. I enjoy my newsletter very much.
Fun. Is it
Like, it was fun to start it.
Okay.
Now you know it's become kawa, but when I started it, it was those ones of, oh my God, how will it be, blah blah blah. So even the first one, I was like, but now that I've had 3, soon to be 4, it's been good. I've enjoyed doing the newsletter. Shameless plug, if you have not signed up for my newsletter, the link will be in the description box, in the notes, whatever, of this podcast. Then, oh God, when the CS was booed at Koroga, you know me, I was there live. Oh my God,
Yeah, you were there.
I was there.
mlikuwa BBI
I was at that Koroga. It was so. Oh my God, I was not. You know, I'm like, I think like us Kenyans are very cowardly. Let's just keep it real. So I did not expect it, and so it's really, even when the booing started, I wasn't ready because I didn't think people were gonna do it for the whole time. Like,
Yeah.
I thought they'd boo and then give her a chance to talk.
Yeah.
Nothing.
She wasn't
As
given an
in,
inch.
she was not given a moment to do anything. That was, as in, like, can we keep that same energy, Kenyans? Can we keep that same energy? As in, I was proud of us. What can I say? I was proud to be there booing, to
Did
be
you
honest.
see on Twitter that thread of someone is compiling moments where Kenyans are not going with the grain? They're protesting. They're
Yes.
just being resistant. So now there's that picture, there's that video of the guy who's being chased by cops. Then he starts punching them.
I haven't seen that one.
Hey, I'm gonna share with you. Like, what? Like, I feel like we are now at bursting. Like, you know that point where, you know, there's a point where you'll have a pin and a balloon and someone will just take, and then all that angst that Kenyans have been building will fika a level where it's like at a peak amount.
Yeah.
And then movement will actually be. Because we usually say that Kenyans are not yet tired enough. They're not,
Exactly.
you know,
They're not
downtrodden
angry
enough.
enough.
All
Yeah.
that. But if it continues like this, as in,
I know.
what will there even be left to be angry about? Like, it's just going to be,
Everything.
as in,
This country is just a joke. Honestly, it's tiresome to be in this country.
yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you?
Indeed.
Your highlight?
As in, firstly, you're making me look bad because I did not organize them like. Some of us are freestylers. Shiko is the one who is like index oneing.
Virgo things.
Yeah, exactly. So when I look at my highlights of 2019, for sure, I think the points where I got to travel for leisure in specific. So of course, Diani, Nyege Nyege. When did
Kilifi.
we go for Masego? Masego?
It was this year.
It was 2019.
Yes.
Yeah.
You even talked about it on the podcast.
Yeah.
The previous
Yeah,
episode of how
yeah.
it was a spiritual
so you see-
experience.
Oh, it totally was.
Yeah.
Like, wow, seeing your fave. Like, but immediately after I just unfollowed him on IG, he's annoying. Like, I'm just like, we just here for the music. The rest, like, no, thank you. Like, I was even DMing him. Like, are you really coming to Kenya? Jesus, so annoying. Like, that is annoying. Yeah, I don't know. Like, it's back to this thing of I don't think I've actively pointed out those particular highlights, but I know something that changed with 2019 is trusting my intuition more and making better decisions when it comes to, like, especially personal relationships. So I think 2019 for me in that aspect, that was a particular highlight because I made really fantastic decisions. I even got braces. Like, woo! That was the best thing.
And dreaded your hair.
Yeah, I put dreads. I have 234 locks, interlocks in specific. So, and I'm enjoying. I was really getting stressed about my hair. Mara the fade. Then I missed my afro. But at this point, I don't miss any of that shit because it still needed me to handle it often and still with products. I think that's the worst thing about natural open hair. You have to have all these products. There's wash and go, there's treatment, weekend, all that shit, and I don't need to do that anymore. I'm just saying, yeah, this is the life. Other highlights, well, like, I don't think I can specifically say, but I feel like 2019 I moved with more ease than 2018. 2019 was that year where amongst friends you realize we won't always have fun times, and those moments where you're calling each other out. I feel like 2019 I called out close friends where you call out and it's not ati you punish me by now we ignore each other because kila mtu amejam, you've moved to your corners. It's those ones for I appreciate you for giving me this tough feedback, and I'll really try to be more considerate or to change my behavior, and then we pick up where we left off. And I realize, like, for me, I have a temper. Like, I will spark and I'll be like, there'll be those 5 minutes where you'll get it. But then after that, I'll be like, okay, like, let's now move on. Like, let's cleanse our palates and, let's laugh about something. But ujue, there's that gonna be that point where, maybe you fucked up or, yeah, and that's about me. And I feel like I've also been kinder to other people. Like, when they've done something wrong to me or something, I mention it and don't hold it in my heart. That thing for sometimes you want to have the upper hand in a relationship where you're like, I will hold it against you because you treated me like trash. You are not a good friend like me. Yeah. So you see, sometimes we hold that. You're like, you don't even know how to friendship.
Oh my God.
That's the way so you have, like, it's like an ego thing.
Yeah.
You hold it in your heart. You're just like, we're at a wazy. Like, I know I have held, in my past, I have had those feelings. And sometimes we feel like you, when you analyze a situation, it's revealed to you those emotions you hold inside. Maybe you don't take them out consciously, but that moment of awareness when you realize, oh shit, feeling like I'm a better friend than this other person. Okay. So I'm like, I'll have some type of an ego boost. And I'm like, you're having an ego boost because your friend hurt you and you're not the one who... Like, it's wild. But those are real things that occur in your emotions. So I think 2019 was really good in me catching myself with these evil type of... because I feel like those are evil things. Yeah. Where even those moments where you can wish someone bad and then you're like... Why would you do that? And it comes from those things for comparison. Like, yeah, I want you to get this, but guys, so now if you get this, what will it be? Like, is it a race? Some things. Those are
Yeah.
things that actually exist
Capitalism.
in the depths of our hearts or some things.
I don't
Like,
know if it's depth or it's like socialization of, you know how capitalism works in relationships when you commodify your friendships.
yes.
So what you're saying, that like comparison is deeply in capitalism.
Yes, yes.
So like you're socialized from when you're young, as in even when you get your grades, how can, let's say, someone who's your friend be doing better than you?
Yeah,
All
so,
those things. So you grow up with that thing inside you, I think.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So it's like you're in a constant competition, even in being a friend, in being, what can you do? What do you have? Like, you get caught up in it. And I'm like, at the end of the day, you should be looking at someone as a person, and do you like the type of qualities that they have, the energy they bring to the table, regardless of all these materialistic or things that you can quantify about your relationship or how they exist in this world. Yeah, so I feel like, yeah, those moments have been very challenging for me, because when you see yourself, even when you entertain that thought in your head, it like shocks you.
Yeah.
Then you're like, whoa, why would I feel like that? Then you have to break it down for yourself and think, okay, maybe you do have not a really good relationship when it comes to, maybe if it's money, or maybe it could be fun times, or it could be drugs, or it could be food, it could be whatever instance, or that whatever it was in relation to. And now choosing to realize that, okay, that's problematic about that. What can I do to change that? Yeah.
So that's now you've gone to lessons that you learned in 2019.
Yeah, I think, to me,
Yeah.
I'll also put it like a highlight, because I think I'm always keen on improving my introspection and building awareness, and of course being a better person. So of course, in that whole process, you have to know where you fall short and how you're gonna like change that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so one of the things I know I did a lot of in 2019 was think about how I perform relationships. So, I mean, we all perform things because that's how life is,
Yeah.
especially if you have people who are around you who are not self-aware. At some point you have to perform. But man, I really drastically reduced my performance in 2019, and it was nice. Like, I said no a lot, so that was nice, and I took time before responding, because me, I'm a very quick responder to things. I'm like, oh, this thing has been asked, I'm gonna respond. But I think 2019, I really spent time figuring out what I wanted to say, and if what I wanted to say was helpful, or if it's like what I really feel, or am I just projecting, or am I performing? So I really thought about that a lot in 2019. I'm enjoying saying no right now, to be honest, because man, this life is long. Let me do what I want, and let the regret be mine if it doesn't turn out the way I think it should turn out. That's all I'm gonna say about that. That's that on that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, that's nice. That thing for saying no, it's like, sometimes peer pressure is a lot. Like, if we think it's okay in teenagehood and everything, but it follows you even as you grow
Exactly.
older, and it even becomes more sinister, where the regret is more, because now you get hard on yourself. You're like, Jesus, even me, an old person,
At my big age,
I'm still being forced to, or feeling like I'm being forced to do something.
Yeah.
I mean, as in, yeah, that's something that has been fundamental. Saying no and knowing your boundaries.
Boundaries.
I don't know if how was my no saying in 2019? Well, I think I did what I wanted to do. Yeah, most of the times. I don't think I had a lot of regret about things I did and I maybe didn't want to do. I also feel like for Christmas, I didn't do a thing with my family. I thought at one point I felt a bit uncomfortable that I made the decision to be conscious, because usually we don't have a specific family thing. Oh, we're going this and doing this. Usually people are so laissez-faire. For me, I was like, I'm a person who appreciates those things. So I'm the person for like, let's do something at Christmas together, because maybe during the year we don't do as much, but we can say on Christmas Day or something we can do something. But this time I was like, I actually want to do family stuff. So as in, when I went to Chico, I felt like that was fulfilled. And I think also it sent a message to my family. I'm like, I won't wait on you guys, or I'm an adult. I will do things that I want to do. Things that feel safe for me, that make me happy. So I think, especially telling my mom has, I think she's the one who I've had to think about how I tell her no, because a lot of times when I tell her no, I feel so guilty. But then, why? Why do you feel guilty? And it's your life and her life separately. Yours is beginning-ish. When I compare it to my mom's, like, this is a third of her life. So she's a grown woman. At the end of the day, like, we are grown people. So that whole thing for now you feel bad because you can't do this or you can't give this. And like, the other day she called me, Siji, they're going for a wedding for Siji, which auntie I just said, I'm not removing money. And they're getting married. If they can't afford it's one thing to give a gift. Yes. But you ask for chango
to pay for the wedding.
Like I just told her live, I'm not removing money for that. Hata mimi sijaolewa, and when I get married, I'm not gonna ask you for money to get married. I will go within my means if it means going to the AGs or what. But you see, also you're assuming I have a relationship with this auntie. I don't even know which auntie it is. Like, what?
But that's also peer pressure, as we were talking about. The thing about having a wedding, like the wedding that you can imagine they are planning. Why are you planning such a kind of wedding?
Then they're all in their 50s. I'm like, what are we doing? Like, what?
You go to the
bees are dying. The bees are dying. You want me to
locusts are here.
Like, what the hell? We're needing to eat 10 locusts per Kenyan so that we can get bees. As in, what?
Oh my God.
But there's nothing as bad as that. Like, no way. That one I felt. And then I was having this conversation at the office. So someone had. Then he was like, that's one of my workmates. He was like, Tess, that's not good. And I'm like, but then I laughed because I felt nothing. When someone judges you, you feel maybe like, in fact, I laughed. I said, I won't even bother having any type of guilt for that.
No.
There's so many other things and people who I would willingly give that money. But even though it was just lying here, I would not give for that.
I'd buy alcohol.
Because I don't. There we go. You see, Konyagi. Firstly, I even thought of buying Konyagi first. So, Konyagi money better check.
I know.
Sponsorship. Yeah, but like there's so many other things that would make more sense that I feel connected to. And that's the thing about doing things intentionally. You don't do it just because, okay, it's the right thing to do. But is it right for you? Do you believe in it?
As in, who decides what is right? Who decides what is right? Exactly. Exactly.
So it's like, for you to think that's not good. In fact, I explained it again. Even, I would, like, you see, for him, he's a co-worker. I would rather even contribute to his, buy him a gift than this random famo. I don't know. Because I have a relationship with you. You're my workmate. We do well together in the same space. But this aunt, seem juicy, like we could pass each other on the street. I don't know her.
But part of that is that familial. I feel like sometimes our parents want to show off that our kids are doing well, so they will donate money to this thing. You know what I'm saying?
True.
Yeah, because parents will call you to give money for things, and then I'm like, I don't even know who that person is. As in, why are we having this conversation? It's just so that they can show, our family has donated this amount of money. As in, please. And that's why, I keep saying our parents experience more peer pressure than us guys, because those guys have that pressure to perform and to be seen, to be doing all these things, and the way they are so good and so helpful, and so I'm like, please grow up.
Things. And I'm just like, woo, it's not serving you anymore and you're still there.
Yep.
Woo, Woo! By the way, we are not doing that.
And
again.
then you go and ask your parent for something, and then they're like, no, you should work for it. I'm like, you are giving random umbrellas money, but me, I'm asking you, please.
And
Anyway,
that is
let me
something they
just
should
laugh.
learn for real. By the way, for real, they should really learn. Because I'm like, you accumulate many things,
Yes.
and then your offspring, those are the ones who should be getting these things. Create a plan where you don't hate each other, so that now these things for money becomes such a complicated issue. Giving each other things, because I feel like strife in relationships is what makes those things difficult, because maybe there's not enough trust. Maybe you're just feeling like you're lazy, all these things we carry with our famo, and then money becomes like this big thing that you can't discuss, you can't.
The communication around it is a very big issue for me. I don't understand, but anyway, whatever. Me, I've moved on, to be honest.
So now that we've gone through maybe some key lessons and highlights, what do you think about 2020? How do you feel? Like, I'm not gonna ask you like what are your plans and everything, but just how you feel about 2020.
As in, by the way, me, I just think that 2019 will just flow into 2020. Liwe liwalo. By the way, that is, someone asked me, so what are you plans for? I was like, liwe liwalo. Me, I'm coasting. I won't even lie. I'm coasting. I know the things I want to feel. I know the things I want to do. That's it. There's no as in.
That's something,
But it's not it started in 2020. The way people like, it's a new year, I'm starting new things. Me, it's been like that. So it's just continuing.
That is a new year. Like, now from your birthday, you feel like now this is a new year.
Yeah, probably.
So this thing for the calendar, who even said, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. But also part of it is capitalism, because let's jazz out the gyms, let's start new diets, let's let's do this and let's do that. And please, man, I refuse to get sucked into that. Me, I was telling someone, I just know what I want to feel, and I'm gonna do the things that will make me feel what I want to feel. And that's that on that.
Yeah, I think 2020 to me is just another opportunity to continue doing better. Or responding. You learn many lessons, then you're like, I can't wait to practice what I've learned. So I feel like that's what 2020 will be. Okay, if we're looking at new year and things, that energy, like what I want it to look like, it's just like a chance to practice every yummy, nice, powerful thing that I've come across, the lessons I've learned that maybe were too hard. Like, that thing for you have to go through a bad thing so that you learn.
I'm not that. That's not my gospel.
But well, my phone was stolen. I feel like I learned. I learned
to back up your things.
Not even that. Like I think now I walk around just feeling like people are out to get me. Like when I see crowds, I just.
Oh, it's such a violation, by the way. It's just such a violation.
Then all these tweets we're seeing, all these news stories about how people are just being thugged. Like me, I just feel
no.
now.
By the way, I understand, because I remember in 1999. We were robbed when we were entering our digs, my folks' digs, obviously. And now, even when I'm entering my digs at night, I still have this paranoia 20 years later that someone is going to come and gonga my window or something. So that thing doesn't go away. Like, it doesn't happen every time, but there's sometimes I'm looking around, I'm like, oh my God, what's happening? What's happening? So that violation is serious.
Like, even Jana, I was with a workmate, we were walking to Yaya. As in, even then, like, even though I had put my foot,
I know, I can't
even enjoy the walk, because I'm just feeling like, this person who's approaching me, who are they? Is there someone behind me? Like, this person who's bumped with me, have they put some cream on me so that I sniff it, and now like, oh my gosh, like, we saw that tweet for Kilimani and Kileleshwa, the motorcycles are back, be careful, Nini. So I was like, oh, I'd like to walk a bit more around there. So if I want to go to Yaya for a quick errand, maybe I just quickly walk there and back. But now you have to go with, you leave everything in the office. You just
put your things in the boobs.
Karibu, you put your phone in your, like,
not Karibu, you'll put it.
Exactly. So I'm just like, the world right now, it's makes you feel scared. You're fearful of what could happen. You see, so now you invest in insurance, you spend more money. That's how capital is. I feel like
Exactly.
it's just this monster that is going to fuck everything up.
You are right. As in, we need to. Some of us need to die so that, it does not look like the world is
Restart.
getting better.
No, it's really not.
As in,
See, now people in the States are saying it's a much warmer winter.
Yes.
People in New
As
York.
in,
people are uko
it's
branching.
been raining the whole of January. When was the last time it rained in
Ever.
January in Kenya? As in, and we are
Ever.
acting like it's normal. It's not normal.
Yeah, so I think that red button penye, the way where it's been hidden, someone just needs to finya it. Yeah.
There's a problem.
Yeah, so that's the type of energy I'm carrying into 2020.
I
I feel
support it.
I feel like I'm looking forward to doing good things this
Yeah,
year.
yeah.
Like I don't, when you're asking me my masters and everything, then I was like, for what?
Yeah.
Like,
No, it's because you had
you know,
mentioned
yeah,
it.
I
That's why I
had.
was asking.
I had, for real. That's what I was saying. A lot of 2019, like I was very keen. I didn't even come
Yeah.
up with a research question. But I even got a supervisor.
I remember. You
Like,
told me.
It was, the movement was going.
You told me.
Then I was just like, I don't want work. You know what I mean? I want to relax. I want to do things that
Leisure.
will make me happy and I feel relaxed and all these things. Maybe I will go back to school, who knows, to do something some random shit. But then I was just like yesterday I tweeted and I said, this year I'll improve my mixology skills rather than applying for a master's program because that's more fun. So
That's interesting. I had a conversation about bartending school yesterday with
Really?
someone. Yeah.
Yeah, so I was even telling
I mean,
Nini.
by bartending school, I mean YouTube
Yeah.
bartending school, not an
yes.
actual.
I even
bartending
wonder
school.
if MOOC had, like MOOC, those short courses
Yeah,
online. I
yeah.
wonder if there's one for bartending, mixology, and all these things. Yeah, like when I was buying that whiskey, I was like, by the way, I should maybe try and start drinking whiskey so that I can also understand its flavor and how to mix drinks.
No thanks.
Just, these things are a movement. How did you start drinking konyagi? With
No,
white
but
grape?
let me tell you, right now there's whiskey in the house. As in, Kuri is drinking whiskey.
How do you mix it?
Me, I don't even know. I don't drink it.
There we go. Me, I feel like it's
But
always...
it's supposed to be sweet with water or with ice cubes or something
okay,
like
you
that.
also ni kujifanyisha sana. You see, like, sometimes even your palate doesn't like the taste. It just needs it to be done in a specific way. And then you're like, kumbe hiki tu, I can drink it. It's like when we went for Chronics, we had to buy a bottle of whiskey. Because there was no other alcohol.
Yeah.
Which is hella wild. But then they were making for us cocktails. And when I was drinking, I was like, guy, this is whiskey.
Yeah.
And
No,
I'm
whiskey
drinking it.
cocktails are actually pretty dope.
Yeah.
But like whiskey and then
Okay,
let's
yeah.
say with
This
like
is
white
true.
grape or like with a soda or something, it doesn't work.
Yeah.
It doesn't work.
Yeah,
Oh,
it
okay.
doesn't.
Also, shout out to beer.
This
Since
2019.
I started drinking beer in 2019. So, hey,
Yeah.
shout out. You
Shout
know the
out.
good thing about drinking beer? Let me just come out and say, you will never not have it. Like, you'll go somewhere and there is always beer.
Exactly.
So, you'll be asking, which white wine? No. Beer is there. Just as in, I don't drink Tusker. But, like, beer is always there. So,
Okay, shout out to Summit Malt.
yeah, it's
I
that
drank
drink.
another when we were in Kilifi, and I was just like, oh my god, it's so delicious.
But you
Why
don't
was the guy
find it
drinking
everywhere.
Yes,
That's
you
the problem with
don't.
Summit Malt.
You
As
don't.
in, I know there's a lot of like vulture. What is it called? Like when Tusker, because Tusker is the big one. They kind of
Yeah.
like tell people, if you sell Summit, we won't sell it. You know what I mean? So that's why you can't find it but Summit Malt is that drink.
Oh, it is so delicious. Hey, yum, 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 yum.
Agreed.
Yes.
Agreed.
So,
And Heineken Kenya isn't that great.
right? I always feel like it's so... Why are we
Watery.
drinking this?
It's kind of watered down, isn't it?
I not like Tusker. Tusker, firstly.
No, Tusker is
It's
terrible.
like water. People drink it to hydrate. Because they don't drink water. Yeah. Look, anyway, let me not... we are
Let's not.
starting-
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
it's
are
too
being
early.
positive.
It's too early for...
Yeah. Let's calm down.
It's
Calm
like I
down.
remember this tweet for in December, or now we are doing drugs and partying. We are going back to self-care in January. And I felt that because I'm like, okay, now Now we'll be looking at quotes, all that. So in December, we're just like, pause. I'm not looking at that. I want to look at recipes for cocktails, playlists for parties, all that. So now in Jan now we are back to survival.
I know. What? But this January hasn't Januaried, I must say.
It hasn't.
It hasn't. So shout out to this January, to be honest.
Yeah, and it's already past halfway.
Yeah.
Like, wow.
Yeah.
I love it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And any other things that you're looking forward to in 2020?
I'm looking forward to reading good books. I've already read one good book. It's an anthology of like writers. It's so good. It's called Digital Bedbugs. Yeah, and it's fantastic.
I just downloaded that.
It's so good. Oh my god.
Yay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I read it in one day.
Oh, nice. Now I'm excited.
No,
because I saw the tweet, then I was like, oh, and it's $2.
Yeah, it's $3. It's
Yeah.
$2.99.
Yeah,
yeah.
so
So
like,
I had
buy, and it's
pre-ordered
Kenyan.
and I had forgotten.
Yeah.
So when I got the
Email,
message on my phone that it has been deducted, I was like, oh yes. So even my Kindle was dead. So I had to charge my Kindle
So that
to
you could
get
read
it.
it.
Oh, and then I read, like even in the office, I was reading anyway. I'm looking forward to reading good books, to listening to good music, to going for fun live events. Like I seriously want to go for fun live events this year.
Daytime events. But they have been okay.
Yeah,
We'll
no,
talk
just generally speaking. I don't want to say data. Like even if it's a play, even if I'm not talking about like music only, like plays. Because like in 2019 we went for Luanda Rockman. That was excellent.
Oh
Like
my God, it
that.
was
That's what I
fantastic.
mean. Like
Yeah.
it was good. Those are the kind of things. And what about you?
Eating good food.
Oh yes,
I
how
need to
did I
go.
forget that?
I've gone back to cooking a lot.
Yeah. Can't relate.
Last year, I think I just gave up. I was just like, I'm tired. I'm tired of just being in the kitchen. But this year has begun swimmingly. I've been cooking some yummy things, and I want to continue with the same energy, carrying packed lunch. That's how you prevent getting food poisoning and stomach bugs. Hey, by the December, wait. Firstly, if you're still eating KFC, I don't know how you do it, because
I mean, it
this
has
one night
dairy,
was
so I
here,
can't drink
but I almost cried because it comes out of you from all areas.
Paul.
As in, Hadi, I was in my bed like wondering, why is this happening to me?
Wait.
Have you ever eaten something Hadi, you're like, you want to cry because you're like, what?
And it wasn't even that delicious.
No, it's not worth
I
it.
hate that. Like I always tell people, like if I get sick and it was worth it, like if I accidentally eat something with dairy and I get sick, but it was worth it, I don't feel bad. But if it wasn't worth it, I feel
Yeah.
a type of way.
This reminds me of this conversation we had with Shiko. Like, if we're growing fat, you're getting the good shit. Like, we're not eating super loaf.
No.
No,
By the way,
no,
shout
no,
out
no.
to Festive Bread. Sponsor us. That's the best bread. I don't care what anyone says.
Well, the debatable.
No.
But
As in, even the burger buns for Festive. As in, I have converted people. Buy the burger buns for Festive and then let me know.
Okay, I will try that.
Oh, the other thing I'm
look
doing
forward-
for 2020, before I forget, I'm drinking a Coke Zero every day in a can. Coke
Why?
Zero in a can
Why?
every day, every weekday. So 5 days a week, I post on Instagram. If I don't post it, I haven't drunk that day. But if I post it, I've drunk.
Why?
See, because it's delicious. Not the one in a plastic bottle, the one in a can. The canned one tastes so good. I've been posting every day. I've been
I'm just
posting
like-
ever since I started. It's even a highlight on my Instagram.
It's delicious.
It is so yummy. What? I've even made people buy Coke Zero. Me, I'm the influencer. Like my cousin was like, I went and bought. I'm like, that's what's up.
Okay, now I must try because generally I'm just like Coke
In
firstly
the
as a
can.
concept.
No, not Coke. Coke Zero in a can. Excellent. That's the other thing I'm doing. And I'm also staying
think
fat
I've only
in
seen-
2020 energy.
Yeah. I think I saw Shiko is the one who drinks Coke Zero and all those. Cause she
I don't even
drinks
know how
rum.
I just started drinking it. And then I was like, this is the most delicious thing I've ever tasted. And by itself, I don't use it as a mixer. No,
Just alone.
It's just the soda.
Congrats. 2020 I'm drinking more gin.
The-
New gin always. Actually, there's gin that I have that I've not tasted yet. Like fresh bottles. So I'm going to I feel like every year is a year to try new alcohol. If I didn't have the job I have, I would start, like, like, what is it? Is it Cut or First We Try? The channel on YouTube where the Irish people...
Oh, the Try channel.
Try channel.
Yes.
Wow. I would create a channel where Nipombe tu.
Oh, I love that channel.
Naonja,
Hey,
like, the whole
Kira is
time.
my hero. I love Kira.
And then you can do different activities, like make it fun so that people are a bit toasted during. But now, can you imagine you have that? See, people start treating you differently.
Of course.
So I'm like, people don't accept you to be many things.
You can only be one
You
thing.
can only be one thing.
Is that the curse of 844? It's the curse of 844, honestly.
That's why when people from my work add me on Instagram, I'm just like, no, you will judge me. Like, you will see me in another light. So it won't happen. If we're working together closely and there's this idea you have, you will stay there in requests.
We are multifaceted individuals.
Exactly.
I'm just letting y'all know.
And also, there's this idea that I also imagine if they saw me as being a woman behaving maybe in certain ways that is deemed to be frowned
Unladylike.
upon or
God.
unladylike. As in, I'm like,
Who
okay,
decides?
let me not give you the opportunity to just be what I expect you to be. There's no need. Basically. And I'm sure we'll continue creating it as we go.
I'm here for that.
I'm not there to create like a solid plan for the year, but I know what I want to embody during the year, what I want to see, how I want to treat friendships. Those like a value system, and those things are continuous. It's not that you start every year.
Exactly.
So unless, I guess for some people, they're like, maybe they want to start a new business. They want to make $10,000 from this project. Something like that.
Yeah, I guess.
So but where I've figured in my life and what I want, I'm just like being grateful is a better thing than those other things that are so dependent on maybe external things.
Exactly.
And then why do I want to be up in December 20th thinking, shit, I did nothing in this whole list? Why would I want to do that
To yourself?
myself?
Exactly.
Like, for what? Yeah, so I think maybe we can talk about the music that was fantastic for us in 2019.
Me, I'm only going to mention one because even Deezer was like, that's the album you listen to, that's the artist you listen to the most, and that's Jordan Rakei's Origin.
Ooh.
Fantastic classic, as in what?
Yes,
What?
an album.
That is an album. So yeah, I'm like, I wouldn't even lie. 2019 had dope ass music. Yeah. Dope. There are so many. Like, I was blessed.
We can't mention all of them.
Yeah. So that's why I was like, let me just say one, because if I start mentioning them, it will be a lot.
Then
so I'm just gonna say one.
Oh shit, I didn't mention this
exactly. And that's why I said I'm mentioning one.
I'll fall into that trap because like how I don't even know which one is the best, and I don't think did Spotify tell me. It only created for me the 2019 songs that I played the most.
Deezer did album, artist, song, like you did.
Maybe it's
everything.
me who didn't know.
Yeah, maybe you didn't. Explore.
Yeah, I didn't do that. But I wrote a list. But
I'm
sure I left things. But you know what? Yeah, I'm saying it. Maybe I'll continue saying it for every episode. I'll say, but then I missed it. I missed. But this is the trap that I put myself in. So when I get home by Solange, like she did that in specific. She's been doing things, but she did that. Like the entire album is just the bobs, the beats. Like, have you ever felt like there's this music that is chill, hop-y, but you can still twerk to it, and then it's still spiritual? Like, what? The woman is multifaceted. Like, wow, she's a package. Yeah. Not Waving but Drowning by Loyal Kana. And actually Jordan Rakei is the one who made me find out about this guy. Oh my gosh. Ooh, that album. Yes. Drip or Drown by Ghana.
Oh my God, you made us listen to that album.
And I know there are people. Shout out to everyone who's hated on my affliction. Can I say affliction to these people? Because, yeah, I mean, kina Playboy Kati, kina Ghana, like, what can I say? Firstly, Idola said, I don't know what's happening, but he's going through a thing.
Which is fine. Let him go
He's going
through the
a thing. But actually, he was booked and busy in 2019.
Mm.
He really did a lot of projects. Like, a lot of collabos. He hasn't chucked anything apart after Beach House 3.
I hope
but
you're
he's
not
been
asking
working.
me. I don't even
No,
know.
I'm thinking like he hasn't. But he's been doing a lot of collabos last year. You've forgotten Scorpion Kings. Wow, we've really
Oh my
abused that album.
goodness, Scorpion Kings. Oh God.
Wait.
Even like yesterday I was
Can
listening
DJ
to it.
Maforisa come back?
Yeah, well, I don't know. Well, at this point we want Kabza.
Okay, sure. There are many months in a year.
Yeah.
They can all even Moonchild needs to come.
Hmm.
What? Actually, South African music really did it last year.
Because
They
even
did a
something
thing.
Soweto's album, I don't want to try and pronounce it. Isifitis, whatever, is excellent, excellent piece of music.
I also found out Muzi, Stimela,
I know.
Segoli,
I know.
entire album
Yes,
is
I
lit.
know that.
Woo, yes. And I know there's many more that are missed, but I was scrolling and these ones are the ones that showed up. So I'm sure maybe you guys can tell us on Instagram what music was dope for you guys, or you want to write us an email, tell us. But that's the music we were listening to. And do you have any last words
No,
for this
I don't.
episode?
I think we're done.
Yeah, I hope you guys have a fantastic year. Let's do better, even with what we have been given by the universe. It's minuscule, and it's becoming less. At this point, I'm even wondering: is it even ethical to tell people to do better?
I don't know.
It's so.
their point.
It's like
Bobo and Flex have an episode on that.
yeah, it is. Okay.
Is their point of being a better person?
So you see, this is a conversation we kind of started last year when you guys came over, and it was like, so we have a community. So now that we have a community and we think about the specific community as a friend group, where we're like, we want to continue being friends. We do some level of care for each other. So we have that established. Since we have that, we have an obligation in some way to do better for the sake of the community. But then now there's also that level where I get it that people could be having a difficult circumstance, or this is just, it's difficult. Life is hard and everything. So I'm like, how can I impose that on you? So if we have this obligation to help, like how do we go about it? Like, I feel like sometimes, what are we doing to help each other? Is it that we're like, let Nani, Wandia is going through this difficult time. She needs time to just fix that at a Rudy.
Yeah, I mean, I think also we can't overstate our importance or assume that we have the power to help. Or, I don't know, I feel like if a community has been created, we have to give people the space to communicate where they need the help. Like, I get what you're saying, but also I feel like part of it is assuming that, first of all, someone wants your help. You know what I mean? And also that you have the power to help. What if it's something you can't do anything about? So yes, you have the willingness to help, but what if you make it worse? You know?
That's true.
Yeah, so I get your point completely. But also, you know, your life is your life. So if your life is fun, I mean, in some extent, I think the thing is to always let people in your community know that you're there to help them, and then read from there.
And then you trust that this person will also come at you and be like, I need help.
Exactly.
And I don't think we often do that. I like, now I would challenge people who know me, who are friends with me, like, you know, close friendship. Don't at it just because that. But then, no, please don't send me your messages. I don't want them. Like,
she's taking it back.
There are specific people who know that I'm invested in, you know, seeing them win. Those are the people who I'm like, trust me to tell me you're going through it. Even though maybe I can't help, just knowing that this is where you are, I think it helps. Because we can't only be talking when things are good.
Yeah, fun times.
Because then now you wonder, you start questioning yourself. you're like, okay, am I just the fun time friend? Maybe I'm the fun time
Maybe
friend.
you are the fun time friend. There's also space for that in your life, for fun
Yeah,
time
but what
friendships.
if you want more?
Can you project that on people? I don't
But
know.
you can, like, my point is, maybe you're, like, let's say you're in a friend group
Yeah.
and you realize you're only bonding when it's fun times, or you only know your fun times. Like, I don't know other things about your life.
That's fine.
So now,
Imagine I'm okay with that.
no, yeah, but my point is, you've agreed, like, maybe there was an agreement before, or Willem, how can we say?
But
the way you've been
friendships
carrying.
morph, though. You could be close and then now you realize.
Don't you
then
feel
you
like you've
become
been
fun
left in the
times.
lurch?
Yeah, maybe they
feels
think
bad.
Yeah, well, maybe
That
they
feels
think
bad.
yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah,
But
like, imagine someone else is telling you that I'm going through this thing, and you're like, guy, wow, one day didn't tell me, then okay, now I know where we are. Or okay, is it now I know where we are, or like she just, like, now you don't even know where you stand. You see what I mean?
yeah, maybe conversations need to happen. I don't know, but
It's
sometimes
tricky.
these things happen. Me, as in, I've realized friendships evolve. So,
Yeah.
like, there are people I was close with, and now we are not close anymore, and I'm okay. And I don't mean the friends I stopped talking to. I mean, like, they're still in my life, but I realize
Not
what
on that
we
level.
had
It
is
can never be
and I'm
brought back.
okay because at some point there are only certain things you can control, and if someone has evolved and they've left you behind, you know what I'm saying? These things happen.
I wouldn't say like I'm 100% okay. I get okay. Usually I
Agreed.
take it
Yeah,
hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't
So
know if I
it's
take
like,
it hard, but
I
get
don't know,
okay.
hard is also relative.
Yeah.
Like, I will think about it, I'll feel sad, I'll be like, oh man, like, I guess it can no longer be like this. But after some time, of course, you get with the move.
Exactly.
You move along with it, and you're like, okay, well, this is the new day. And
Hukuanga hivyo sometimes,
it'd be like that sometimes.
Well,
Yeah, so I think that's it from my end.
alrighty. See you guys in the next one.
Catch you on the flip side. Bye.
Bye.
This podcast episode is recorded with the assistance of Ed. You can listen to this podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, or anywhere else you listen to podcasts.